Noisy pixel.
I've already started
Yeah, I know. That was there's a dramatic
contemplating.
pause. But anyway, I am the same I was last week, honestly. I don't really progress that hard like that. I kind of maintain mindsets, you know.
It's weird. It's weird because this past week has felt so long for me.
Yes, you said something before. Why don't you tell everybody about it if you'd like? I think that's what you're leading up to anyway.
I don't really. I feel like I talk. I feel like I talk too much. I feel like I give too much away of the back end and how the duct tape of this whole operation actually comes together.
Well,
But
people come for the info, you know. I
the
don't know.
info, the
You can pick and choose your info, bullet points, but they
uh,
come for it.
basically this week was supposed to be our awards week, and we'll have a video coming up where I'll just put all of our awards in one video, but you can go to the site and see them early. But I mean, we'll do a video for it for sure. um so this week was supposed to be our awards announcements, where we're end of year 2020 all best games awards. And so to be proactive about the damn thing, like I reached out to our server and I was like, "Hey, we're going to have this busy week. Is there anything that I need to know, maintenance or anything, so that we don't go down or anything?" And they're like, "Oh, no, you're fine. We'll just increase your PHP limit." And I'm like, "All right. I didn't know it was at default. I thought it was already increased." So they increase it. Bam, website goes down. And then I'm like, "Okay, maybe it needs a little 10 minutes to reboot." 10 minutes go by, website's still down. I reached back out to support. I'm like, "Hey guys, uh, you guys just increased my PHP limit and now the website's down." And they're like, "Oh, we need to escalate this to our engineers." And I'm like, "You guys broke my damn site." Like,
They totally broke it, dude. They totally broke it. It was running fine, you
it
know.
was running fine. It was
They
running
touched it.
fine. I was trying to be proactive about things. And basically now we need a whole re-image of our server. When it's coding based, I got it. I can handle it. If I fuck it up, I can probably fix it without the server side. But when it's like the server issues, there's nothing I can do. It's out of my hands. And that stresses me out so much.
Are you sure you didn't break it from putting in dark mode? Now featuring dark mode on Noisy
Oh
Pixel.
yeah, no, I doubt it. Although we do have dark mode on the site now. It was funny. I think I was working at like 1 a.m. and I was looking at the website and I was like, "This is really hurting my eyes right, right
Yeah.
now." And I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna write some code for a dark mode. Why not?" And come 5 a.m. I finish it and it looks good. I think it looks good.
Stay up
Uh,
till 5 a.m. I hate that. Like I can't stay up till 5 a.m. I need my days to work like normal hours, but you don't live normal hours actually, so never mind. You
yeah,
stay up
the
till
thing
like
about
12.
with the holidays and the video game industry, usually the 2 weeks from Christmas to New Year's, it's like a dead zone. Like there's very little happening. So I had that opportunity to just invest myself in a little project like this that I wouldn't normally do. And so if it's coding based, I got it. I can handle it. But these server things. So yesterday I just spent most of the day under in the dark with the covers over my head.
Oh, wow.
With the powers out of my hands, I feel man, I don't know. That's just
You don't know. I mean, it's really unfortunate, you know, because I'm sure we're all doing better things and then you have to worry about the broken website.
yeah.
So it's just another thing that just got piled on to another stack of paper.
Yeah. And I'll start editing videos around 5 p.m., 6 p.m. I didn't start last night until 10 p.m.
just just because you're hiding under the sheets or you're on the support line.
I was hiding under the sheets.
Oh,
So this weekend or maybe tonight, tomorrow, I don't know. At some point at one night, we're going to go down for the night while this is fixed. And hopefully I will not have to talk to support for a very, very long time. And yeah, and that's my story on that. Um What have you been up to? Have you? I see those headphones on. Is that
All
new?
right. I was going to talk about that, but yeah, we do have some new headphones. I will be working on these. I don't want to give too much away. We'll keep it a surprise. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I never even heard of this brand until we started working with them, honestly.
It's
At work.
Audis.
Yeah. Well, thanks for giving it away. I was trying to hide the name. I was just trying to keep. I mean, if unless you catch it on the head,
Oh,
but now the it's all soiled now. You
oh,
soiled it.
I'm sorry. I thought your impressions were going to be the surprise. I didn't know the manufacturer.
I
Sorry.
know you didn't know. It's okay.
They're
Well,
they're a music engineering company, and they're just like barely getting their shoes, their feet wet, as they say, with the video game industry, and they just started this last year. So I mean,
well, I could tell you. I mean, I only been using them for maybe 3 hours, but I do like them a lot so far
hmm.
for
So
what they
await the
are.
full verdict, the full Noisy Pixel review soon.
Oh wait, yes, that is my next Noisy Pixel project. But the news comes back, I
Yeah,
guess,
then
before this comes out, right? Yeah, I mean, I don't want to give too much away,
when we
but
record these.
yeah. But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All right, it's not too far off. But yeah, I mean, we're going back to the grind here, which is nice. It's been a holiday, little comfort, a minor comfort. I mean, I really don't have a day off, but like sometimes during these extra times, well, extra days off, I guess for everybody, I do try to find a little extra time to kind of just chill, even though I still have stuff going on. I don't know if you do that. Like maybe on the weekend you still do work, but you realize like you're still in like weekend mode, so you
Yeah,
do like a few extra, like maybe an hour extra or two, like of just extra chill mode, just to like
you pay for it though. I mean, on come Sunday or come your work day, you know you're working you know you're working a little harder because you took that 2 to 3 hours on Friday or Saturday to
yeah, of
just
course. I wake up stressed now, and I feel like I should. I hear a lot of rich people just like keep a notepad near their bed, so when they wake up, like they can write stuff down. Like I feel like I'm almost to the point where if I don't like do that, I might start stressing really hard because I
Mm,
have a lot of
mm.
thoughts. Like right when I wake up, I'm like, what do I got to do today? Like I had a list before I went to bed in my head. I should have wrote it down.
Lucky for me, I'll wake up at 6 a.m. and then I'll check my email, and that'll basically dictate my day because press releases will come in at 6 a.m. and if they're important, I'll do them right away. I have my laptop right there. I'll do it all in bed. Um, so I benefit from that. Just that my list is made kind of for me through press releases, and but yeah, anything outside of that, I kind of save. I have been keeping sticky notes though, and I feel like that's been helping me.
The PC
Oh,
sticky notes or
yeah,
actual
the
sticky
PC.
notes.
No, not actual ones, because they
I
would
use
be
both.
if I do the actual ones, they would be all over my desk right now.
I do have some nice sticky notes on the desktop, though. I do live that life. It's very nice. That's where I keep my to-do list, my most prized possession. Honestly, without it, I would fail. But
I got a new camera. That was my Christmas gift to myself.
I hope people can see it because
Yeah,
he's
if
using
you
it.
can tell, the quality is different. I'm not a streamer by any means, but I do want our videos to have the finest of quality um, here. Only the
On
best.
Zoom record.
Only the best. Yeah, a Zoom 720p recording. I've actually been playing a lot of video games, and I don't know if I could talk about any of them, but they're coming out later this month. Um, I guess the one I could talk about is Ryza 2, which we have a preview on the site, but I'm deep into that game. The problem with January, Mark, is that it's super bottom heavy. There's nothing coming out in the first 2 weeks, and then the last 2 weeks, there's all these games. So it's hard to plan. So I'm I'm trying to organize my time, and luckily, all the staff writers are looking like they're going to be covering a lot with me. So it's going to be a busy second half of the month for sure for us.
This
And
January, yeah.
I don't know if this comes out before. I swear I'm starting the podcast. So go watch the podcast. It should be up.
Oh, we're putting out a podcast too.
I'm gonna do a podcast this week. What's today? Wednesday?
Yeah.
I'll get a podcast up. I'll do a podcast.
All right.
And the podcasts are now going to be every Friday. And then we're going to use this show, the Mark and I show. What is it called again? Talking Bits.
The Mark and I show. What is this? A game show?
Mark and I, the show.
No.
Definitive edition. This will come up on Sunday. And that way we have a good weekend block. You know, every day on the weekend you have something. You got podcasts, the news, and then Talking Bits. I'm hoping that satisfies people.
It's like that, it's the coffee drinking content.
Yeah. Speaking of content, I want to, I guess we can go into user, reader, viewer feedback. I don't have any explicit comments to point out, but I will say that all the comments on Since a Cyberpunk Ghost Story review are God. Okay, so Mark, it's a little background.
I have not been keeping up. I've been watching the comments come in, but I know there's something going on and I just refuse to look at it. So
we reviewed this game in October on PC. I believe it's October. I reviewed it. And let me explain something to you. When that game launched, they gave us a review code and they're like, here's a review code 2 days early or whatever. Play it. Well, 3 days after launch, they told me, don't review it. We're going to pull it off Steam. So they pulled it off Steam. As a reviewer, I could have posted a review because they launched the game, you know? Technically, I could have wrote a review on the launched version of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And they would have to honor that. So I didn't. I held off, Mark. I waited the 2-3 weeks. They put the game back on Steam with a bunch of patches, and I reviewed that version of the game, which was still pretty bad.
I got you.
I gave it a 6. Now the game's coming to Switch. It should be out already by the time this posts. And for some reason, there's a bunch of hate around it saying that there was nudity in it in the Switch version. And so all these social justice warriors started messaging the publisher, telling them that they were like death threats and stuff like that, saying that they don't want nudity on their Switch games and all this stuff. And then our review blows up. Okay. It maybe had like 1,000 views before. And now it has upwards like 6,000 or something like that. Like
this is because I see it's got our older thumbnail here. It's it's just randomly coming back alive, basically.
Yeah.
Because of all the hype.
And people are calling us SJ Dubs. They're calling because they'll look at the score, right? They'll hear the news. Oh, the SJ Dubs are attacking this game. They'll go to us. They'll go to our little review. They'll see the score, and then they just judge us like, oh, these guys clearly are like. People are telling me to go read a book, and
what is the whole So we gave it a better or worse score than these people that I don't know who you just said. Honestly, I'm kind of.
I gave it a 6, and also on Metacritic, our score is the best, is the highest on Metacritic.
Okay,
so a 6 is the highest that this game received, and it's us who gave it. People are just saying that the review sucks, and it doesn't suck because. One of those comments were like, because you don't know Chinese history, you think the game sucks? Because I mentioned in the review that the game likes to throw Chinese lore at you matter-of-factly without actually explaining it to you. It's just casually there as if it's something of common knowledge, you know?
I got you.
Where a good game would have incorporated that into the narrative. And the way that you have to criticize games and look at them is like, okay, yes. If I was an expert in Chinese lore, this would make sense to me. But the gamer, the general gamer who doesn't know, like, you're not tasked with knowing this, you know? And I don't know. I
You're
don't
just
know.
getting hit with nerds, bro. That's it.
Dude, so many freaking nerds, dude.
Nerdsy
And
pixel.
and and Justine actually did the audio for it, so they don't actually catch in the beginning that I wrote the review. So automatically they're attacking like like, oh, this girl doesn't know how to play games, and it's like
What the hell?
it's like, dude, you're calling, dude. I remember Kotaku and Action used to share my articles at Operation Rainfall 6 years ago. You can't call me an SJW. Like I don't accept that. Do I do I fall too far to the left or too far to the right in this sense? No, I am very much a middle ground guy and just trying to enjoy video games. And I believe that's why people like us and can respect my opinions as well as the other staff writers like Jacob, who puts his all into visual novels and stuff. You can align yourself with his views of visual novels, but don't attack us for our criticisms, you know, because they are real criticisms. And if only we're trying to help the developers, this is their first game, do a better game in the future. That's all we care about in the end.
Just a bunch of haters.
So if you want a good read, go read all those comments on on that thing. This one guy just says, "This review sucks," and I say, "Your reviews suck." Oh wait, you didn't make one. Stay cool,
That's-
nerd. Stay cool, nerd.
That's your go-to comment. You're like, "Where's your review, bro?"
Yeah, I mean, you tell me how you want to tell me how to show me an example of a good review that compares to just a blank criticism, because there's in-depth reviews that people do, but we're not trying to make that here. We're not trying to give you like, these are all the systems and this is how you navigate it.
Yeah.
You can find that elsewhere. You can find that by just playing the game. We're trying to give you the bullet points and everything, and yeah, yeah, that. So the game's out on Switch. It's not a very good game, but it's garnered a lot of attention for its big-breasted women, and that's what they wanted all in the end, and that's what they got.
It's kind of hard to miss. It's kind of hard to miss.
Very in your face.
Yeah,
It's
there's just like there's a bunch of comments right in a row from that video. Yep.
So that's the comments that I want to address this week. Anything that strikes your you want to address?
No, a lot of it is from games I'm not too familiar with, and it's just like, I like your reviews, good review, or something about the game that I'm not familiar. So
Somebody did
Unless
say
you
on
wanna
the
bring
Rights of
something
2 preview, have you noticed any censorship, like smoke or God rays
Yeah.
they're called? And no, for Rights of 2 there isn't. It's very much the same. And Koei Tecmo actually came out and said that it's not going to be censored in any way on the PlayStation 4. So there's that.
I like it. I feel it, and I think that's is that a
that's our-
close?
That's our show.
That's our show.
Thank you so much for watching the Mark and I show.
Yeah. Let me change the title.
Mark and I the show. Thank you so much for listening. We'll come back at you with next week's episode, and hopefully we'll have some good news to talk about. I don't know. We're just here to actually hang out, to be honest. It's just
They don't need to know the formula. It's all right. Let's just leave.
I don't know if we have a formula.
It's okay. Let's just leave before they catch on.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Peace out.